taking a look at some Bear and Guy lifestyle. Today we're going to take a little bit more of a look at the BGC lifestyle, as if we haven't seen that enough over the years. But I'm telling you, this is like a very nice little lifestyle city. Just about anything you want is going to be a 10 to 15 minute walk from where you're at. Mini marts, little stores, tons of little restaurants, Chinese spots, crappy fast food McDonald's spots. You've got it all. The city's designed on a grid, you know, streets by avenues. It's very easy to get around. It's actually modeled after an American city. It's an incredibly safe city. There's guards everywhere, armed guards. You know, you're not going to have any issues here, especially with all the banks and stuff that they have. Errands, and a lot of errands get done in BGC because this is where the bank is, this is where the Globe store is, this is where the affidavit place is. What do they call those? Notaries. And you need all kinds of documentation for all kinds of stuff in the Philippines. It's like 3 errands is our entire day. Yeah. I would say your central sort of theme in Bonifacio Global City is High Street. And High Street is 4 or 5 blocks of outdoor and indoor like mall walks, right? Loaded with restaurants, shopping, jewelry, malls, grocery, and more restaurants, even bars, all the way down. The Globe store behind me doesn't open till 11 a.m. And of course, it's 10:30 a.m. I'm under the impression that just about everything in the mall opens at 10 because that's when the mall opens and that's usually how it works. But nope, not in the Philippines. And you would think, well, why didn't you just go online, dude, and check their hours of operation? Because their website is very likely simply not updated. Like, they still have the SM Aura location as open for business and it's closed. And you know how I know that? Because I checked online and I went there, of course, because that's where I often go. One of the nice things about BGC being a lifestyle city is that it's a walking city, which also means it's a jogging city. If you're a runner or even a biker or rollerblader, like, this city is going to be ideal for you. Good sidewalks, it's clean, you don't have jeepneys and tricycles and all that stuff. Not to say that there isn't a lot of traffic, but the pedestrian areas and the walkways, especially along the High Street mall walks this time of day, early morning or mid-morning, it's not even 11, and if I was up for a run, this is where I'd probably be running. A sampling of restaurants you're going to find along High Street, right? You got your Mango Tree, which has been here for years, a classic upscale Thai restaurant. Right next to it, Chicken and Steaks. It's like a little steakhouse. And there's a couple of these in BGC. These probably aren't cheap, right? You got a nice little coffee spot, right? Sell booze too. Coffee and breakfast. Brunch, really, I guess. This spot, this is another classic Filipino restaurant. You see these in all over the malls for years. This looks great. Obviously, desserts. Filipinos are huge on desserts. You're going to find a lot of little dessert and coffee bars around. Here you've got a Japanese restaurant, and what's unique about this one for High Street is just about everything on the menu is very, very well priced for this location. So like you can see, you've got your rice bowls, your soup bowls for like $4. So that's like lunch for $4, you know? And if you look at the menu, like even like your basic spicy tuna or California is going to run you $4 or $5. But you know, you can get away with sushi rolls for $1 here. And nothing much else on the menu is over 200 pesos, 290 a couple, right? Platters are, but everything else here, literally under $4 or $5, as little as $2. That's a really good deal for this location. Barbecue chicken, this is chicken and beer. They're gonna do a lot of different types of beer and chicken pairing, right? They're gonna have a lot of options for you. I mean, that's just like 40 meters of mall walk. Like, you got the same thing mirrored on the other side, up and down. Restaurants all the way up and down. I don't talk a lot about costs anymore in the Philippines. Every now and then I'll throw something in the video, like dinner for two, $9, whatever, you know. Or if we go to an upscale place, you know, how much the happy hour costs or the buffet or something. But for the most part, I don't do the, oh, this is my rent, this is my utilities, this is my this is my that. Like, we live very low key. Even living in BGC, we were living low key. Like, found the cheapest, you know, studio condo I could find, negotiated a deal. You know, you just got to look for the deals. There's going to be deals in the Philippines. You can spend more money than you need to easily, but if you kind of know the lay of the land and you get a couple of good spots, you can get by. You can get by real cheap here. There's a couple of these wide open little park spaces throughout the city. People come here to exercise, jog, chill, even picnic lunch. Again, you're gonna have restaurants all over the place, but like you can see some of the prices here double what the other restaurant was, right? Or at least a third more. And it's a nicer restaurant, of course. And this is what I call condo land, right? As you can just see all the little shops and restaurants in the bases of the condos. You got your chocolate cafe. You got your American diner. I guess that's a Denny's, actually. Nikki, bolero. That's a sweet talker. Sometimes the girls call me a bolero here.
Dodong bolero ka?
Oh. Talaga, bolero ako.
Oo.
They got a Texas Roadhouse.
Dodong Eric bolero.
More shabu shabu, of course, right? Even more coffee spots. Yeah, I see it. And of course, you know, outdoor seating and the Olive Garden. When I originally saw it, I thought, wow, now there's an Olive Garden. But I realized they probably don't have unlimited breadsticks. They probably have unlimited rice, because that's how they kind of do it in the Philippines. And this is Bonifacio South Street, across from the Performing Arts Center, and even more condos and corporate buildings. So we used to live over here, and then you'd work over here. It's very convenient. I'm going to sum up the Philippines for you in one very simple step. In case of fire, break glass. There's nothing to break the glass with. Got a comment about cheap food in the Philippines, cheap restaurants. Well, there's always mall food courts. And a couple of little, I guess, bordering on fast food restaurants, but they're like, well, you'll check this one out. Check this one out, Chow King. Oh my goodness.
This is pork.
She ordered like an insane amount of food. What the?
Insane.
This is all like $9 or $10. Obviously, I have a ton of great things to say about living in the Philippines, but one thing I also say is, like, invariably, like 8 out of 10 times, there's going to be something that just works. You know, it's just going to work great. And somebody's going to have a brilliant idea to improve it, and it's just going to jack it all up for months on end. And yeah, all the time. Just a quick update on the status of obtaining a visa extension here in the Philippines. So things have changed. Technically, a tourist visa is still 3 years. You can continue to extend for 3 years. However, after 1 year, they will start questioning your reason for being in the Philippines. And they've even officially updated their visa immigration request forms to include reason for extension. And most guys that I know are doing the my girlfriend or my fiance route, at which point they're being asked to provide said fiance in person and or her documents. All right, so you got to show up with your shorty. All right. And if you decide to go I'm waiting for my spousal visa, the next thing they're going to say is, show me your marriage certificate. And then the next level on top of that is going to be, show me your proof of income. Okay. And then the next level on top of that is, sir, you've shown me your marriage certificate for 6 months straight. How come you haven't applied for your, 13A visa? And then you say, well, I was waiting for this document, my apostille certificate, which is required in order to submit this document, a ROM, report of marriage for the Philippines consulate in the United States. So the bottom line is have your documentation, get a certificate of cohabitation, and have it notarized. Like, there's a lot of things you can do to validate your reason for extending your visa in the Philippines. And I'm going to shut up about that now.